Your genetics still don't matter. Oh boy, I'm stirring the pot again. My apologies. I posted a video about a week ago talking about genetics, starting out with that exact line, and got a lot of interesting feedback, a lot of good, positive feedback, and then also some feedback on the other end too. So I thought, why not? Let's make another video. Let's stir everything up again. Let's get people fired up. It's a really interesting concept, but my whole point of the initial video was that we can't change it, so why does it matter? And I've heard this before, but a couple of people dropped comments saying basically somebody may want to know before starting their lifting journey, is it worth it to go on the lifting journey if I can't get what I want, is how I interpret it. I'm not going to bother starting this lifting journey if I can't get exactly what I want. And possibly that's some of just how society is nowadays. We get things very quickly, and lifting takes a long time, especially naturally. It's a journey. You got to put in a lot of hours of eating, a lot of time in the gym, and it's a process. So I think possibly that's some of where that mindset comes from. It's almost like people want to be able to say no before they even give lifting a shot or exercising a shot. I'm not going to get what I want as fast as I think I should be able to get it, so I'm not even going to go for it. It's almost similar to agreeing to go on a date with someone and then going on dating websites and learning everything possible about that person before going on the date, and then canceling the date because you decide, well, they're not exactly what I want, so I'm not even going to give them a shot. I'm just going to cut this off and basically turn them down before they have an opportunity to turn me down, which I think does happen in the dating world. I'm sure, people get discouraged and whatnot, so I'm just not even going to put myself out there anymore. And that's a whole thing in and of itself. We're not going into that. It's just a comparison that I kind of thought of that was somewhat interesting. The benefit of lifting, it's in the journey. The reward is in the journey. And it's great to have role models and people you aspire to be similar to, maybe like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, a lot of big names. When I was growing up, I watched all their lifting videos. I was inspired by it. I never thought that I would look like any of them. I just got motivated by seeing them train hard and push themselves and get stronger and bigger, basically. But it's different, after 10 years, I didn't say, well, I didn't get to 6'2" and I didn't hit 230 pounds, so my lifting journey was a waste because I didn't get exactly what I wanted. I've received so many wonderful things. I guess I don't even know if things are the right term. So many great experiences from lifting over my period of time that I have been lifting. It's been a wonderful journey. It's going to continue to be a wonderful journey. But I really don't recommend to people that you start out with the mindset of, this is exactly what I should be able to do within this time frame. Otherwise it's a waste. There's no way to find out genetically what you're going to be able to do. The only thing I feel like you could do is limit yourself, because you can convince yourself, and I've seen this happen with many people, you can convince yourself into the idea that you have bad genetics and you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. And thereby you limit yourself before you've even tried to do whatever you're going to do. If you go by statistics, most people can't bench 405. I think we can say that pretty clearly. And Alex Leonidas twice now has done 405. Percentage-wise, if he started his lifting journey and said, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to bench 405, so I'm not even going to bother, because that's my goal. And percentage-wise, there's 1 in a million people that can do it. So the odds of me being able to do it are very low. So I'm not even going to bother. Instead, he just put in the time, worked at it, very slowly progressed forward and increased. And eventually he got there. He didn't worry about, what he should be able to do. He just focused on, let me just progress forward and add a little bit over time and get slowly better and better and better and see where we get to. I think that is the right mindset. And again, like I said, I think the contemplating genetics is an interesting thing, and it has its place, but it's what are you going to do with the information? You know, you find out, well, this is my top end. I can't get beyond that. Okay, great. So now you're going to decide based on that information whether or not you should exercise or you should lift. It's humorous almost. At any rate, that's it for today. I don't know if this is motivational or not. Drop a comment. You know, the main point is that exercise is good and is for everybody that's able to do it, and you'll see many benefits. And don't worry so much about the top end. Set goals and push forward and push onward, but don't worry too much about comparing yourself to other people and looking at someone else and saying, well, that person has better genetics and that's why they're better, or that person clearly is taking enhancements and that's why they're better. Natural Hypertrophy has a pretty good video on this. I forget exactly the title, but he talks about how there's a lot of natties that take that approach and they just get so obsessed over people's genetics and whether or not they're taking enhancements, and they just use it almost not as an excuse, but just as a, you know, I can only do this much because of my genetics and because I'm natural, so I can't get any better, basically. And I think that's very self-limiting, and you're better off going and crushing some bench press and chin-ups. All right, till next time. Peace.